In 2019, LaMelo Ball was ranked the 21st best player in his high school class by ESPN. At the time, scouts questioned his unconventional journey, his defense, and whether his flashy style could really translate to the NBA. Fast forward to today, and LaMelo won the NBA Rookie of the Year, is an NBA All-Star, and the cornerstone piece for the Charlotte Hornets. So there's no doubt when you look back, scouts got it wrong. But in order for the scouts to underrate Melo, they had to have overrated lots of players ranked ahead of him. So today, we're going to go through it all and learn what happened to the 20 players ranked ahead of him. Let's break it down. To start us off, we have the number one ranked player in the class, James Wiseman. Wiseman entered high school as the clear-cut number one recruit and was viewed as a generational big man with the size, skill, and athleticism to dominate at every level. His college career was cut short after playing just 3 games at Memphis due to eligibility issues, but his immense potential still led the Golden State Warriors to select him second overall in the 2020 NBA Draft. Unfortunately, injuries and inconsistency have hindered Wiseman's development. Though he's shown flashes of brilliance as a rebounder and shot blocker, he has yet to fulfill the lofty expectations. After struggling to find his footing in Golden State, he was traded to the Detroit Pistons, rode the bench there for a couple years, and is now on the Pacers, where he is looking to prove that he wasn't one of the biggest busts of the last decade. But it will be a struggle for Wiseman to beat those allegations. Next, we have the second overall player, Cole Anthony. Cole made a name for himself as an elite scorer and floor general during his time at Oak Hill Academy, carrying that reputation to the University of North Carolina. At UNC, he showcased his ability to put up points in bunches, though his efficiency came into question. The Orlando Magic selected him 15th overall in the 2020 NBA Draft, where he quickly carved out a role as an energizing offensive weapon. While Anthony has yet to reach star status, he has proven to be a dependable scorer and playmaker, particularly off the bench. In his 4-year career, he has averaged over 10 points per game each year and has solidified himself in Orlando's rotation. His knack for creating his own shot and contributing in clutch moments makes him a valuable piece for an up-and-coming Magic team. The third-ranked player in the class of 2019 was Isaiah Stewart. Stewart has been known as a big, tough big with a relentless motor during his time in high school and at the University of Washington. Drafted 16th overall by the Detroit Pistons in 2020, Stewart has become a key role player in the NBA. While he may not have the offensive finesse of other big men, his rebounding, physicality, and defensive presence have made him a fan favorite in Detroit. Over the course of his career, Stewart has averaged about 9 points and 8 boards a game. Nothing crazy, but very solid numbers for a backup big man. Stewart's ability to battle in the paint and play with high intensity has allowed him to carve out a niche in the league, even if his ceiling is that of a solid, dependable role player rather than a star. The 4th-ranked player in the class, and by far the best player on this list, is Timberwolves star Anthony Edwards. Ant-Man has lived up to every bit of the hype that surrounded him as the number 1 overall pick in the 2020 NBA Draft. After an impressive 1-0 season at Georgia, Edwards joined the Minnesota Timberwolves and immediately showcased his explosive athleticism and scoring ability. Nicknamed Ant-Man, Edwards quickly became a fan favorite with his highlight reel dunks and fearless approach to the game. He has emerged as the face of the Timberwolves' resurgence, consistently improving his shooting and overall game. Over the last 3 seasons, Edwards has averaged more than 20 points per game, and it has increased every year. Edwards is now recognized as one of the league's brightest young stars, a dynamic scorer, and a player with all NBA potential. The 5th-ranked player in the class of 2019 was RJ Hampton. RJ chose an unconventional path, bypassing college basketball to play professionally in Australia's NBL. His overseas experience showcased his speed, athleticism, and potential as a lead guard, leading the Denver Nuggets to draft him 24th overall in 2020. Hampton showed flashes of promise early in his NBA career, but has struggled with consistency. After stints with the Nuggets and Orlando Magic, he's bounced around the league, often struggling to find a steady role. Hampton now plays for the Wizards' G League team, but is yet to make an appearance for the Wizards in the NBA. While his talent remains undeniable, Hampton has yet to put it all together and establish himself as a consistent contributor in the NBA. The 6th-ranked player in the class of 2019 was Vernon Carey Jr. Vernon Carey Jr. was a dominant force in high school and continued to showcase his skill as a big man at Duke. With soft hands, scoring touch, and solid rebounding ability, Carey appeared to have a bright future. However, his NBA career has yet to take off after being selected in the second round of the 2020 draft. Much of his professional time has been spent in the G League, where he continues to work on his game and look for opportunities to break into an NBA rotation. In 3 seasons, Carey only appeared in 37 NBA games and has since moved overseas, playing in the Turkish Basketball League. Carey's inability to adapt to the speed and spacing of the modern NBA has been a key factor in his struggles. The 7th ranked player in the class of 2019 was Jaden McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels entered the league as a raw but highly talented prospect after 1 season at the University of Washington. Known for his size, length, and defensive versatility, McDaniels has quietly become one of the most valuable pieces for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Drafted 28th overall, McDaniels has proven to be one of the steals of the 2020 draft. In the Wolves' playoff run last year, Jaden averaged 12 points a game to go with a block and a steal. His elite perimeter defense, improving offensive game, and ability to guard multiple positions make him an essential part of the Timberwolves' future. While his scoring remains secondary, McDaniels' potential as a two-way forward continues to rise. The 8th ranked player in the class of 2019 was Josh Green. Josh Green was known for his athleticism and defensive prowess during his time at Arizona, which earned him a spot as the 18th overall pick in the 2020 NBA draft by the Dallas Mavericks. Early in his career, Green struggled to find consistent playing time and adapt to the NBA's pace. However, his hard work and development have turned him into a valuable 3-and-D wing player. In the Mavs finals run last year, he got some minutes off the bench and was effective. These performances got him a deal with a young Charlotte team where he will look to develop into something more. His ability to hit open shots, hustle on both ends, and provide strong perimeter defense has made him an important rotational piece for the Hornets, particularly in high-pressure playoff scenarios. The 9th ranked player in the class of 2019 was Nico Mannion. Nico Mannion was a highly touted point guard with excellent court vision and flashy playmaking abilities coming out of high school. He played 1 season at Arizona before being drafted in the second round by the Golden State Warriors. While Mannion showed glimpses of promise during his brief NBA stint, he struggled with consistency and the physicality of the league. Mannion eventually moved overseas, where he has found more success in Europe. As of today, he plays in Milan, Italy, and enjoys more playing time than he would be getting in the NBA. His story highlights the competitive nature of the NBA and how even talented players can thrive in alternative professional basketball environments. The 10th ranked player in the class of 2019 was Scottie Lewis. Scottie Lewis was a standout in high school, known for his elite athleticism, defensive potential, and highlight reel plays. However, his offensive game failed to progress at Florida, and he struggled to consistently produce at the college level. After being drafted in the second round of the NBA draft, Lewis has spent most of his professional career in the G League. In the last year, Lewis has been cut by 3 different G League teams. He now plays for the River Lions of the Canadian Elite Basketball League, which I didn't know existed. Despite his athletic gifts, Lewis will likely never establish himself as an NBA caliber player. The 11th ranked player in the class of 2019 was Matthew Hurt. Matthew Hurt earned attention as a sharpshooting big man at Duke, where his ability to stretch the floor with his jump shot stood out. Despite his offensive skills, Hurt's lack of elite athleticism and defensive limitations hurt his NBA prospects. After going undrafted, Hurt pursued opportunities in the G League and overseas. Last season, he played 8 games for the Grizzlies when their entire team was injured, but since then he has signed to the Australian League. While his shooting remains a valuable asset, his inability to consistently contribute in other areas of the game has kept him from carving out a role in the NBA. Hurt continues to work toward refining his game for Southeast Melbourne. The 12th ranked player in the class of 2019 was Khalil Whitney. Khalil Whitney entered Kentucky as one of the most hyped recruits in the nation, but struggled to meet expectations. Midway through his freshman season, Whitney left the program, a move that significantly impacted his draft stock. He ultimately went undrafted and has since spent time in the G League, trying to develop his skills and regain momentum in his career. This guy has played in so many leagues: Canada, Mexico, Croatia, and now in New Zealand. Whitney's athletic potential remains intriguing, but questions about his offensive consistency and decision-making have kept him from reaching the level once predicted during his high school days. The 13th ranked player in the class of 2019 was Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey has emerged as one of the brightest young stars in the NBA and arguably the biggest steal of the 2020 draft. After a strong freshman season at Kentucky, Maxey fell to the 21st overall pick, where the Philadelphia 76ers quickly capitalized on his talent. Maxey has blossomed into a dynamic scorer with elite speed, shooting, and an infectious energy that has endeared him to Philly fans. Last season, Maxey won the NBA Most Improved Player, while averaging 25 points per game. He has become Philly's main star while Embiid takes his frequent rest periods. He is now a core piece of the 76ers' future, consistently improving each season and proving that hard work and opportunity can turn overlooked prospects into stars. The 14th ranked player in the class of 2019 was Jeremiah Robinson Earl. Jeremiah Robinson Earl had a successful college career at Villanova, where his versatility, basketball IQ, and steady play stood out. Drafted by the Oklahoma City Thunder, Robinson Earl has carved out a role as a dependable, hard-working forward. While he may not possess elite athleticism or scoring ability, his defensive effort, rebounding, and ability to make smart plays have made him a valuable rotation player. He is now a rotational player for the Pelicans, as he looks to be a piece built toward their future. The 14th ranked player in the class of 2019 was Brian Antoine. Brian Antoine was once considered one of the top shooting guards in his class, but injuries derailed much of his career. At Villanova, Antoine struggled to stay healthy and regain the explosiveness that made him such a coveted prospect. His college career was marked by limited playing time and inconsistent production. After going undrafted, Antoine has faced an uphill battle to revive his basketball career, though his resilience and determination keep him pursuing opportunities to prove himself professionally. He now plays for a squad in the Macedonian League. The 16th ranked player in the class of 2019 was Isaiah Mobley. Isaiah Mobley, the older brother of Cavalier star Evan Mobley, had a productive career at USC, showcasing a well-rounded skill set. Drafted in the second round, Mobley has split time between the NBA and the G League with the Cleveland Cavaliers. While he has shown flashes of potential, particularly as a versatile big man, he remains on the fringe of an NBA rotation. He got signed by the 76ers, but after getting cut, he signed with their G League affiliate in Delaware. His ability to contribute as a scorer, rebounder, and defender gives him a slim chance to carve out a long-term role as a serviceable backup in the league. The 17th ranked player in the class of 2019 was Precious Achiuwa. Precious Achiuwa was known for his high-energy play and defensive versatility during his time at Memphis. Drafted 20th overall by the Miami Heat, Achiuwa quickly earned minutes as a reliable forward off the bench. He later joined the Toronto Raptors and was eventually traded to the Knicks, where he has continued to showcase his ability to defend multiple positions, rebound, and provide athleticism in transition. While Achiuwa may not be a star, his role as a dependable and energetic big man makes him a valuable asset to any team looking for front court depth. The 18th ranked player in the class of 2019 was Armando Bacot. Armando Bacot has become a legend at North Carolina, opting to remain in college rather than declare for the NBA draft. He led the Tar Heels to the national championship game, but they fell to Kansas. Known for his dominant rebounding, physical presence, and leadership, Bacot has embraced college basketball stardom while thriving under the NCAA's NIL opportunities. His decision to stay in school has solidified his legacy as one of UNC's all-time greats, though questions remain about how his game will translate to the professional level should he pursue an NBA career. He currently plays for the Grizzlies G League team. The 19th ranked player in the class of 2019 was Trendon Watford. Trendon Watford went undrafted out of LSU, but quickly proved he belonged in the NBA. Watford earned a spot with the Portland Trail Blazers, where his versatility as a forward helped him contribute off the bench. Known for his scoring ability and basketball IQ, Watford has carved out a role as a dependable rotation player. Last season, he played 63 games for the Nets, averaging 7 points, and he re-signed with Brooklyn going into this year. His journey highlights the importance of resilience, as Watford continues to establish himself as a valuable contributor at the professional level. The 20th ranked player in the class of 2019 was Onyeka Okongwu. Onyeka Okongwu has quietly become one of the more reliable big men in the NBA since being drafted 6th overall by the Atlanta Hawks. He's developed nicely, learning from longtime center Clint Capella. Known for his defensive instincts, rim protection, and ability to finish around the basket, Okongwu has been a steady presence in the Hawks' front court. While he hasn't reached all-star status, his consistent improvement and impact on both ends of the floor make him a critical piece for Atlanta's future. Okongwu's potential to grow into an elite defender and rebounder remains high, giving the Hawks a valuable building block in their rotation. Of the 20 players ranked ahead of LaMelo Ball, only a handful have reached stardom. LaMelo's journey from overlooked prospect to an NBA All-Star is proof that rankings aren't everything. Who surprised you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more basketball stories.